Welcome back all the Chintu Pintus from class 8 and class 9 ICSE board chemistry. We are trying to learn the chapter hydrogen. In first part we have seen the metal reactivity series, how the metals are arranged according to the decreasing order of their reactivity. Do you remember the mnemonic? कैटरीना कार मांगे ऑल्टो जेन फरारी फिर भी क्यों मिली उसे सिल्वर ऑडी. Yes, this mnemonic rocks. If you want to understand this part properly, you first have to watch part 1. If you have not watched part 1, go back, see the part 1 and then come back. You are most welcome. Let us continue. In our last part, yes, we have discussed about this. As far as dilute acid is concerned, always in a laboratory we have three options: hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid or a nitric acid, but we use only first two and third is not suitable for our reaction. Why? What is the reason? Because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes hydrogen gas which is obtained. It will add oxygen to it and convert it into a water. So we are not going to use this acid, nitric acid, but for other two acids, a big thumbs up. Yes, we can use both of them. They are good for our reaction. Now some of my Chintu Pintus will say नहीं sir, हमको नाइट्रिक एसिड ही यूज करना है, नाइट्रिक एसिड यूज करके ही हम लोग हाइड्रोजन गैस बनाएंगे. तो I will say no problem. There is a way out. There is a ray of hope. A thing is difficult, an experiment is difficult, but yes, we can do it. But for that we have to use two special metals. And which are those metals? One is the magnesium and other one is the manganese. Yes, both starting from M. One is the magnesium, which was there in our reactivity series also. Magnesium is a part of first 20 elements and then a manganese. So we can use this too. So magnesium or manganese, we use a nitric acid, but this nitric acid is very dilute, means acid is less and water is more. So what we can do is we take lot of water and magnesium is very small. This is what? A very dilute nitric acid, and what they will form is salt and hydrogen gas. Which salt? Magnesium nitrate. Valency of magnesium is 2, so 2 here, and nitrate valency is 1, so no need to crisscross. MgNO3 twice. Same thing is with the magnesium. If you see a reaction of magnesium, there is no difference. Only difference is that Mg, everywhere it is replaced with Mn, and you can balance this reaction. This reaction is also very easy to balance. We start with metal first, so Mg1, then a non-metal, then a oxygen and then a hydrogen. So non-metal is nitrogen, 1 on this side and 2 on the right hand side. So we put a 2 here and everything else is taken care of. Hydrogen and oxygen by default are balanced. Still let us check. 3 into 2, 6 oxygen on the left hand side, and here also 6 oxygen on the right hand side. What about the hydrogen? Here you have 2 hydrogens on the left hand side and here also 2 hydrogen on the right hand side. So if you insist ki yes, I want to use a nitric acid only, so then best suited metals are magnesium and manganese. A very important question for your examination. Now next important question is why dilute sulfuric acid and not the concentrated sulfuric acid? Because reaction of zinc with the concentrated sulfuric acid will give you SO2, sulfur dioxide, and this sulfur dioxide, same like nitric acid, is a strong oxidizing agent, and what it will do, it will defeat the purpose of getting the hydrogen. So whatever hydrogen you get, that will be oxidized by this SO2, and instead of getting hydrogen you will get a water. I will go out of the screen and you can have a look. Now my dear Chintu Pintos, this part is very important कि how this hydrogen gas is collected. Once it is produced, how do we collect it in a laboratory? So there are three methods of collecting the gas. So these are the three methods which are in front of you. We will try to understand them one by one. This is method number 1. Look at the arrangement of this flask. मुंह ऊपर है तो इस मेथड को हम लोग बोलेंगे अपवर्ड डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ air. Look at the mouth of this flask. If it is pointing upward, then this is called upward displacement of air. Now look at the second arrangement. Mouth of this flask is pointing downwards, so this will be called downward displacement of air. And at the third arrangement, you see that it is filled with water and gas is collected over the water. So altogether we have three methods of preparation of gas. Number 1, upward displacement of air. Second one is the downward displacement of air, and third one is the over the water. We always use one of these three methods to collect our gas. So for hydrogen gas, which is the best suited method that we are going to use? For that you have to understand the nature of the hydrogen gas. Now some of the properties of the hydrogen gas, it is sparingly soluble in water. Generally it does not dissolve in water, but in some cases it can be sparingly soluble in water. In a very less quantity it can be soluble in water, so it can be collected by this method, that is over the water. Because when we pass the hydrogen gas through a water, उसको तो डर नहीं है, वो water में dissolve होने वाला नहीं है, we can collect over it. So there are other two methods also, by upward displacement of air or downward displacement of air. So which are we going to use? So hydrogen gas is lighter than air. Now concentrate here, this gas is lighter than air. So being lighter than air, what we see is that कि hydrogen gas is a lighter gas. We know that heavy objects settle down. You can think in terms of water. अगर कोई चीज़ होगा जिसका डेंसिटी वाटर के डेंसिटी से ज़्यादा है, it will settle down, it will sink in the water. But if its density is less than the density of the water, it floats on it. So this is true for all the fluid, and gases are also fluids. So what we say is that hydrogen gas is lighter than air. Hydrogen gas is lighter than air, so it will be above the air, and air being heavier will be down. So this is the method which you can use for the hydrogen gas. Earlier we have seen that this method can also be used. Can we use this method? The answer is no, because air will settle down, and being lighter than air, hydrogen gas can escape away. क्या हम चोर पुलिस का खेल खेल रहे हैं? क्या हाइड्रोजन गैस के पीछे भागेंगे, उसको पकड़ेंगे? Answer is no. So we have two methods for collecting hydrogen gas in a laboratory. One is over the water and another one is by downward displacement of air. But we don't use this method also. Sir, क्यों? Why not this method? When hydrogen comes in contact with air, there can be an explosion which can be dangerous for us in a laboratory. So we don't use this method. So by rule of elimination, not this method, not this method. So we collect hydrogen by the third method. That is, we collect a hydrogen gas over the water. I am sure all my Chintu Pintus have understood why this method. So again, in your examination, they are not only going to ask you question for the method of collection of the hydrogen gas in laboratory, but they will also ask you why not the other two methods. So you should know the correct method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Also you must know the method which is not used for the collection of hydrogen gas. Now all my Chintu Pintus know all the reason, and they are going to rock in the examination, aren't they? So here is a slide whereby in words it is explained the method of collection of gas. I will go out of the screen. टू कंटिन्यू विथ, देयर इज वन मोर प्रॉब्लम कि जो गैस हमको मिला है, प्रूफ बताइए कि वो हाइड्रोजन गैस है। आपके पास क्या प्रूफ है जो गैस हमको मिला वो हाइड्रोजन गैस है? बिकॉज हाइड्रोजन गैस इज अ कलरलेस गैस, कलर है नहीं तो हम उसको देख नहीं सकते हैं। इट इज़ द ओडरलेस गैस, स्मेल भी नहीं है, हम उसको सूंघ भी नहीं सकते हैं। तो भाई कैसे पता लगाएंगे कि गैस जो हमको मिला है वो हाइड्रोजन गैस है? सर प्रूफ दो, विदाउट प्रूफ वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एग्री। सर प्रूफ दो। यस, दैट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ ऑल द चिंटू पिंटूज दैट आई लाइक। Ask for the proof always. Don't say yes to whatever teacher is saying. Ask for the proof. Ask for the explanation. So what is the explanation? I will say there are 3 proofs to prove that the gas which you have obtained is the hydrogen gas. Proof number 1, hydrogen gas always burn with a pop sound. Hydrogen gas is our future fuel. It burns itself. It does not support combustion, but it burns itself. So it will burn with a pop sound. This is proof number 1. Proof number 2, whenever hydrogen gas burns, it burns with a blue flame. So if you see gas burning with a blue flame, it can be a hydrogen gas. And proof number 3, when you collect this gas over the water, you will see the effervescence. What is effervescence? You must have seen a soft drink. When you pour it in a glass, you see lot of bubbles. I have presented a diagram over here. I hope you can see this diagram clearly. These bubbles are called effervescence. So when this hydrogen gas is passed through the water, it will show the effervescence. So these are 3 proofs that gas which you have collected is the hydrogen gas. Proof number 1, it burns with a pop sound. Proof number 2, it burns with a pale blue flame. And proof number 3, it will show effervescence in the water. All these observations are the observations of hydrogen gas, and they are important for your examination. So look here, observation. In your chemistry paper, you have a special question based upon the observation. A brisk effervescence occur. This indicates the liberation of hydrogen gas. Allow first few bubbles gas to escape. Then invert over a beehive shelf, a gas jar completely filled with the water. Hydrogen displaces the water and gets collected in this gas jar. Now you will ask me, sir, what is this beehive shelf? We will see the arrangement of the collection of this gas. So what we see is that when this gas is collected over the water and this delivery tube enter into this arrangement through a hole which is called a beehive shelf. And how do you confirm it is a hydrogen gas? Hydrogen gas burns quietly in air with a pale blue flame. So color. Hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound. Pure hydrogen gas burns in air or oxygen with a pale blue flame, and water is formed, which can be tested by sprinkling few drop of it with white anhydrous copper sulfate, which turns into blue. You can allow this hydrogen gas to combine with the oxygen to form the water. When you sprinkle this water so formed here on the anhydrous means powdered, in a form of a powder copper sulfate, they will combine to give you a crystal of copper sulfate, which is also called a blue vitriol. This is blue in color. Earlier it was white, now it has become blue. So this color change also test that gas which you have obtained is the hydrogen gas. This test is not important for the students of class 8, but for class 9 you have to mention this test also. Again sir, ये क्या लिखा था CuSO4.5H2O, ये क्या होता है? I will again suggest that go and watch my video how to study chemistry. All your answers are there. आधे घंटे का वो वीडियो है, मगर अगर आप लोग वो वीडियो अच्छी तरह से देखेंगे तो आई एम श्योर यू विल नेवर कंप्लेन कि मुझे केमिस्ट्री समझ में नहीं आता है. यू विल नेवर कंप्लेन कि केमिस्ट्री डिफिकल्ट है. इनफैक्ट यू विल स्टार्ट लविंग दिस सब्जेक्ट. While learning the preparation of hydrogen gas in laboratory, I made a statement कि हाइड्रोजन गैस इज लाइटर देन एयर. सर प्रूफ दो, वी वांट अ प्रूफ, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू बिलीव योर वर्ड्स, वी वांट proof for everything. So look at this diagram. In this test tube, zinc react with the acid to form a hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas passes through this delivery tube and we make it to pass through a water which is a soap solution, a soapy solution. So what will happen? Hydrogen gas will be collected here in a form of a bubble. So bubble is coming out, a soap bubble is coming out, and inside that soap bubble what we see is the hydrogen gas. This bubble is going higher and higher. हम लोगों ने देखा है सोप के बबल्स ऊपर ऊपर जाते हैं. इस सोप के बबल में हाइड्रोजन गैस है और वो ऊपर ऊपर जा रहा है. क्यों ऊपर जा रहा है? बिकॉज इट इज लाइटर देन एयर. द इंडिकेशन दैट सोप bubble is flying in the air in fact proves that hydrogen gas is lighter than the air. but सर इस पे कैसा विश्वास रखे कि ये गैस जो बबल के अंदर है वो हाइड्रोजन गैस ही है? टेक अ बर्निंग कैंडल, फोड़ दो उस बबल को, you will see that this gas burns with pop sound. yes. next method is the actual measurement. एक फ्लास्क में हाइड्रोजन गैस ले लो, दूसरे फ्लास्क में एयर को ले लो एंड कीप इट एक्चुअली ओवर द वेइंग स्केल. यू विल सी दैट अ फ्लास्क विद द air in it will go down, indicating that air is heavier and our hydrogen gas is lighter than air. So I have proved my statement by 2 experiments. Isn't it great? Isn't it super easy? Let us continue. Sir, बात निकली है तो आगे तक जाएगी. You made a statement that hydrogen gas does not support combustion. वो बर्निंग को सपोर्ट नहीं करता, खुद बर्न होता है. इसलिए हाइड्रोजन गैस इज आवर फ्यूचर फ्यूल. फ्यूचर में हम लोग ये पेट्रोल डीजल नहीं यूज करने वाले हैं. दे आर ऑल्सो क्रिएटिंग अ पॉल्यूटेंट, दे आर हार्मिंग आवर एटमॉस्फेयर. तो फ्यूचर में हम लोग क्या यूज करेंगे एज अ फ्यूल? हाइड्रोजन गैस. तो सर ये भी जरा प्रूव करके दिखाइए. नो प्रॉब्लम चिंटू पिंटू लोग, कीप थ्रोइंग चैलेंजेस ऑन मी. आई लव द चैलेंजेस. सो हियर आई हैव अ ब्लैंक स्लाइड. I can prove this with the help of 2 experiments. I have a flask which is filled with the hydrogen gas. Let me say this flask is completely filled with the hydrogen gas. I will take a candle. My drawing is not that good, so please bear with me. A burning candle which is tied to a thread. I will lower this candle, a burning candle, into this flask. As soon as I lower this candle into a flask containing a hydrogen gas, this candle will extinguish, बुझ जाएगी और इसमें से काला काला धुआं निकलेगा. This proves the fact that hydrogen gas does not support burning. दूसरा एक्सपेरिमेंट ये है कि I will take 2 candles, candle number 1, a burning candle, and candle number 2. This also a burning candle. Let me call this as setup 1 and setup 2, and I will close this with a jar which is filled with air, and another candle also with the same kind of jar but filled with the hydrogen gas. You will see that this flame continue to burn in air, but the flask which has hydrogen gas, the flame has extinguished. This proves that hydrogen does not support burning, does not support combustion, or in simple words burning. So this is my proof. I hope you are convinced. A word of caution to all of you. Please always make sure that whenever you step inside a laboratory, you always take care of your safety. So there are certain precautionary measures which you have to consider when you are preparing a hydrogen gas in laboratory. Please don't be irresponsible or playful in a laboratory. That can be very dangerous for you. So precaution number 1, we already have seen that when hydrogen gas and air, they mix with one another, there is some kind of explosion. So whatever apparatus we are going to use, that apparatus will be airtight. So we never allow hydrogen and air to come in contact with one another. And precaution number 2, just now I told you that hydrogen gas itself burn. Hydrogen is our future fuel. school. So always make sure that you don't bring a burning candle, burning stick near the apparatus. Third precaution is that whenever you prepare a hydrogen gas in a laboratory, you have to make sure that the apparatus which you are using, that will have some air. You always have to drag out, push out that air outside your apparatus before collecting the hydrogen gas. Why? You know the reason. Hydrogen gas and air explosion. The gas should be collected only after all the air in the apparatus has escaped or pushed out. This can be ascertained by collecting some amount of gas in a test tube and taking it to a flame. If gas burns quietly, it means that there is no more air in the flask. And the last, very important part, I have seen this question in the examination of most of the school. That is the Tissot funnel that you are using in this apparatus, that should be dipped right into the acid so that the gas, hydrogen gas which is prepared, does not escape in the air. So here is a Tissot funnel. We see that this Tissot funnel is dipped right into the acid. Why? Because hydrogen gas is prepared. Imagine that if your Tissot funnel is a shorter one like this and acid is here, whatever hydrogen gas is formed, there is a chance that it can escape through a Tissot funnel. So you have to make sure that this Tissot funnel is dipped right into this dilute acid so that whatever gas is formed through this delivery tube will pass through this beehive shelf and will be collected over the water. This is a right arrangement. If you are not lucky enough, teacher may ask you to draw this diagram also. Generally, I have seen that in ICSE board they do not ask difficult diagrams like this, but yes, they can give you this diagram and there will be 3 to 5 questions below the diagram and you have to answer them. And we have discussed each and everything very minutely. So now after watching these 2 videos, I don't think now you will be having any problem regarding this part of the chapter. I am sure that all the Chintu Pintus out there have understood this part of the chapter thoroughly. Now you are going to rock your examination as far as this part is concerned. If you want me to prepare the remaining part of this chapter, please mention so in the comment box below. I will definitely make the remaining part of this chapter. As of now, I am Praveen Sonamne. You are watching India's most reliable and relevant educational channel where you get best in class study material and video lectures. Do check the links in the description box. Bye.